everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Like Me Stories in Business. I'm your host, Julie Fairhurst, and I have a very interesting, wonderful lady with us today. And I hope that you tune in because she has dealt with some stuff in her life, but she's found all sorts of ways to deal with it. And so you just may learn something from her. So let me just tell you a little bit about her, and then we will dive in. Okay, so let me get going. I'm sorry, I lost my track. Okay, here we go. Today's conversation is for every woman who has ever held something inside for too long. I'm joined by Jenny Siddall, and her story is one of resilience, creativity, and the quiet power of healing from within. Jenny didn't just move through trauma, she found ways to express it through art, through music, through writing. And in doing so, she discovered something many of us forgot along the way, that healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about reconnecting with who you were before the world shut you down. Jenny, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. And the way you described that was like,
Oh,
thank you.
you're welcome. So,
Well,
do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and
I'm located in the lovely province of Nova Scotia. I am a very happy mother of two, a very lucky wife, and I am someone who had a lot of feelings, and then I realized that I could turn them into something. I
no,
could
that's
create from
fabulous.
the feelings.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Well, and that's what we're going to get into. And I'm sure that everybody who's listening is going to pick up a few little tips for them because you do things a little differently. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So we'll jump in. So, Jenny, let's start talking about you and your story. So, when you think about your journey, what does keep running mean to you?
Keep running will always bring me back to the comfort and direction I found watching the movie Forrest Gump.
Oh,
I watched that movie. I will comfortably say I've seen that movie 30 times.
oh my goodness.
It was an escape for me. And one thing that I noticed about Forrest is no matter what happened, no matter how people saw him, he just kept going. And all he said was the simple message. And sometimes it's the simplest message that you need. Keep running. You're here. You made it through
Mm.
all that stuff. And it's like the more you look back and see everything you went through and realize you're still here, when you start learning the lessons, you learn how strong you have been. And you weren't giving yourself any credit.
Yeah, yeah,
So you kind of like you move through the feelings of sadness and woe is me, right? You need to validate those, right? But once you do and you become friends with them and you show them everything that you can do, because I envision my feelings as like people in my head, which I also love the movie Inside Out too, right?
okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
So that movie really connected to me as well. But like, we all keep running, we all work together.
yeah,
And, it just, the simple message keeps me going.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share a little about your trauma, just what you're comfortable that you experienced? Just if you're comfortable sharing anything, just and how it impacted your life.
Okay, so I have a few different ones. Okay, so this one I don't really tell people a lot, but I think this could be very impactful. So keep in mind before I tell you this that the people who were involved, yes, they were adults, but as I'm noticing, being an adult that doesn't know how to move through trauma or deal, it can be hard to make decisions, especially when you're under influences. Okay. So just keep
Yes,
that in mind. I've forgiven these people.
yes,
Don't hate them. Okay.
yes.
But when I was 4 years old, I was in a situation where we lived with someone who was under the influence of alcohol and drugs. And normally they weren't someone who expressed emotion. So one night they came home late from partying and they were crying. And I came downstairs and I heard, and I was the type of person that if you're crying, I'm going to cry too. I don't, you know what I mean? I felt it.
Hmm.
So it made them upset that I was crying. And they started to yell at me to stop crying. Well, I'm going to cry more. You're yelling at me, right? So they said, I'm going to give you something to cry about. And they went into one room and they came back out and they had a shotgun and they pointed it right at my head. Like I could remember, I don't even remember if there was one or two holes. I just remember looking up and it was dark and I was sitting on my mother's lap, right? And whether or not the gun was loaded, I don't know. But like, if it was and it was shot, all three of us would be dead, right?
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, I'm not afraid of guns. I learned to be afraid of the feeling that made the gun come out. So,
Yeah.
whenever in future times, even now, I have a hard time with it. If I'm crying, I feel like I got to get out of it. I got to smooth it out. So, I will laugh myself out of crying. But I've never been afraid of guns. It was I can't think of the
Well, the
word.
emotion that connected it.
Yeah, it was like I wouldn't stop crying. It didn't bring us together. It ended up literally putting something between us. So coming through life, when people would say it thought like there's a gun pointed at your head, you know how people would say that?
Yes.
I wouldn't get, it's so funny to say the word trigger when you're talking about a gun, right?
Yes.
So I didn't get triggered by it because
Hmm.
I thought of a gun. I got triggered by it like, okay, I'm going to make the situation so there never has to be a gun. We're going to laugh. I'm going to take you into another
Mm.
completely different direction. So, like, me wanting to make people laugh came from that.
Wow. That's amazing that you can connect that, especially as a, when it happens to a 4-year-old child. How
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was like the same, that was also the same year that I was drunk for the first time.
Wow.
So what happened was, as you can tell, I probably was kind of a hyperactive kid a little bit.
A
It's
little.
kind of hard to get me to sleep. So I would be given a little glass of wine by the grandmother watching me, you know? So
Oh.
one night, I guess I needed an extra glass. And this is kind of funny. I hope you laugh at this. Okay, so I'm sitting in the living room watching TV. She's got the news on. I'm so excited. 4-year-old watching the news. So
Yeah.
she's saying, Jenny, you got to go to bed. And being as I was obsessed with the movie Land Before Time, I called her a flathead. I said, no, flathead, right? And then
No.
I swear to you, the
Oh.
lady on the news stopped her interview completely dead in the middle, looked at me and said, Flathead. And then I started to tap on the TV and she comes in, she goes, What are you doing? I said, That woman just talked to me. So then she picked me up and put me to bed.
Oh my goodness. How old were you
Four was a
then?
very busy year.
Were you 4 then?
Yeah. It was
Wow.
before I started
Yeah.
school.
Yes. Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, was there a moment when you realized you needed an outlet to process what you were carrying?
The time that I noticed I was needing an outlet was in my teens.
Mm.
Because like I've always connected to music, I've always sang, it's always been in me. But it was in my teen years, it was around the year I was 14. That's when my Grammy had gone downhill. Because when I was 10, they told me she was diagnosed with dementia. Because
Mm.
years later, she had been hit by a drunk driver and it sped it up.
Hmm.
So sadly, she was taken by dementia at 60, which is insane because that's way too young.
Very young.
But like where was I going with this? ADHD.
I don't know where you were going. So you were telling us about You were telling us about when you realized that
Yes.
you
Okay.
needed an
So
outlet.
because of the
Yes. Uh-huh.
dementia, right?
Yes. Yes.
She was now in the years where she was dying. This was her last year.
Yeah.
And my grandpa was really sick, and they both died within a month of each other.
Oh.
And I felt like, okay, I need to do something. So I started to sing more. So I would
Mm,
go in my room and I would put on Celine Dion and I put my headphones on, and or whoever was in at the moment, Dixie Chicks, I don't know. But like my first escape was into music when I was
mm,
younger.
wow.
And then that was the only thing I had because in the town I lived, there wasn't really any theater or anything like that.
Right. Right.
So years later, like in my early 20s, is when I moved to the town I live in now and they had theater.
Right.
And then
Right.
that's when I was like, I can take all these feelings and use them
Yeah.
and put them in another character.
Yeah.
And so acting, at first, I've always wanted to do it, but I didn't realize how therapeutic it could be.
Hmm. Well, you used art, music, and writing. So why do
Yes,
you think creative expression is so powerful for healing?
our feelings have a lot to say.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, the voice putting words together isn't always easy.
Hmm.
I found for the longest time, before I could express myself deeply, I had to sit and think about it for a long time. I couldn't just come out with it. So, which is why I'm surprised that I'm able to do this because I was freaked out about it, to be honest,
Oh,
but
you're doing fine. You're
going
doing
pretty
great.
good. But like when you and this when you stop worrying about what other people are thinking of you, because I find a lot of people are like, well, I can't do that because they'll say this. Or what if
Oh,
they, or what if they think,
mm,
who cares about them? Who are you with
yeah,
24/7? Yourself, right?
yeah,
So RuPaul, who I love, says, how can you love anybody else if you can't love yourself?
absolutely.
It's very true because you have to decide, because we all have this deep thing inside of us. We don't deserve love. We don't deserve what we want.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
yeah,
You deserve
yeah,
to be happy because when you're happy, you spread the happiness around everybody else.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, what did creating allow you to express that words alone couldn't?
I found that when I would let the feeling do the talking, I wouldn't worry. I just grab whatever and just let it go and then let it dry and look at it, and the picture would show me things.
Right.
So like I would see a face there. Yes, that's the sadness that I was feeling. That's the turmoil, everything. And you start to learn from yourself. And it doesn't make any sense if you're not doing it first. You're like, how can I learn from myself by looking at an abstract picture? But you got to open your mind and not be afraid to get silly with it too.
Hmm.
Because I have found I have had the most wise things come to me when I'm being silly and just playing and carefree.
Hmm.
Because you're not giving your brain the pressure of trying to look for a solution,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it kind of frees it up. When you have too many thoughts in the way, it's kind of like, here is the solution, and you're just putting all these thoughts in the way. And it's like, I
Yeah, and
can't
you can,
get to you if you keep doing that.
well, you can't even see it.
No,
No,
it's
you end
like,
up blinded to it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I found the more I started creating and seeing that I could take these feelings and manipulate them into something else,
Hmm.
and it made me feel powerful. Then I had
Hmm.
confidence. So now instead of feeling like the feelings are just showing up and sitting on me and weighing me down, I envision the feelings more. I turn it into being a compass. So
Hmm.
why am I feeling this way? Which way should I go? Is doing this making me feel better or making me feel worse? No, try something else,
Hmm.
right? All I want to do is supply people with things that work for me and see if they work for you. You got to
Yeah.
try more than one thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You might not like painting. You might like cutting stuff up and making collages. You might like
Yeah.
working with wood,
Yes.
throwing
Yeah.
darts. I love playing darts.
I love playing darts. I'm a
Yeah.
dart player. Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
much
love it.
fun. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you talk about connecting with your inner child. What does that really mean?
Well, little Jenny went through a lot, and like my parents were there, but they had they were young and trying to figure things out themselves, right?
Mhm.
So I felt I could go back and reparent myself. So
Mm.
whenever a situation came up that was traumatic, I would imagine grown-up me being there and being like, it's okay, come with me, let me show you something.
Aw.
We make it through this. It's okay. I'm getting chills. You don't, you're not alone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, no, of course, of course, no. And
But yeah,
and there's
you,
so many people out there that feel the way you do. Absolutely. You're making me all choked up.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like if you don't know how to do it inside, if you
Yes.
have kids,
Yes.
do what little you would have wanted.
Yes.
Be
Yeah.
that. Don't go back to, well, I didn't have this and da 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 da. Who cares?
Yes.
Did you like not having that?
Yes, right.
No,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
So imagine little you next to your kids receiving that.
Oh my
And,
goodness. Now you're going
and
to make me teary-eyed.
like I
Oh,
moved around a lot when I
yeah.
was a kid.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I moved around like 16 times,
Wow.
right? And the house I live in now, I've lived here for over a decade. That's a win.
Yeah.
My kids, um, this sounds terrible because I love my mom and I'm not ashamed, but my kids have the same father. We all have the same last name. We haven't moved around 1,000 times. They have parents that are together and like show an example of loving and being there for each other.
Yeah.
Like my husband and I, we sing together, we do
Oh,
theater, there's so much art in our house and creativity that I feel rich,
yes.
right?
I think that's so beautiful that you said that. And you know, I love how you what you didn't have, what you and you understand that. And you're not angry or judgmental. It's just, generational trauma. Your parents, my
Hmm.
parents experienced generational trauma. Our
Hmm.
grandparents experienced it. And so
Hmm.
I'm just like you. I don't hold any anger to that.
No,
They could only deal with what they were dealing with, and sometimes it wasn't very great.
exactly.
But now when we know, that's when it gives us the opportunity to change that, like you and your
Yes.
husband did, and like I was able to do.
Yeah.
And now my kids are better, and now I have got like amazing grandkids. They're better
Oh
than
man.
any of us.
Oh,
And so it's that whole, that whole chain. But I think understanding that, it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's not um you just have to accept you're never going to have a better past, but you can have a better future, and you can give your
yes.
family a better future. And I
Yes.
think that's where I come from it with. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
why do
just,
you, yeah.
oh,
Oh,
sorry, go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead. No, no, you go ahead.
Well, I just find that if you be what you want to see, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to be that yourself. So I say this because when I was a little kid, I used to watch the cartoon Care Bears, and I was a little kid innocently thinking, if you call the Care Bears, they're going to show up.
Aw.
But when I realized they weren't real, I didn't get upset about it. I was like, well, maybe it's because I should be a Care Bear. I can do that.
Yeah.
So when I was around anyone, even when I was a little kid, right? If you could ask my mom, she'd tell you. If somebody was in a sad mood around me, it was my mission to go over and
Oh,
bring them some sunshine.
yes.
Like when I make people laugh, it's like it's like you're giving me a diamond ring. It's like what clapping does for Tinkerbell. It gives me life.
Hmm.
So why do I want to use entertaining people, right? Because when I entertain you, okay, and you're laughing, that's medicine.
Yes, it
Medicine.
is. Yes.
Laughter is like Uncle Albert from Mary Poppins, my inspiration, floating up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And letting people know that they have the ability to have that impact too,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, how can women begin to reconnect with their inner child if they don't feel, or if they feel completely disconnected? Like, how does somebody start to connect back with their inner child?
Quick tip I do is I have a few pictures up where I can see them of a younger version of me. So
Hmm.
I'll show you. This picture's been through a lot. So this is me as a
Okay.
baby on my grandmother's lap. You see that?
Oh,
Look at how
beautiful.
happy I was to be there.
Yes, I can see that.
And like when you have a feeling of doubt or a feeling that's similar to when you were at that phase,
Yeah.
go stand in it and look at it and say, look at me. You grew up to be me. We have the chance. What do you want to do today? Look at little you and ask her, or what do you want to do today? What did you want to do that we didn't get to do? And it could be something as simple as painting a picture, go buy a jump rope and skip in your living room, whatever. Like, do what little you would have wanted to do. It's
Hmm.
okay to be silly. The best thing you can do for yourself is be silly.
I agree. I agree. We're all too wound up and tight.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm gonna just one sec, I'm gonna show this. So here's what
Okay.
you can do when
Okay.
you're not worrying or getting lost in your feelings or worrying about what other people think of you, okay? You can make a book with your kid, okay? You can
Aw.
make a book. You can write a play with your kid, huh?
Oh.
You can just write a play to help you get through the fact that you lost your father-in-law, who was like one of the best people that ever existed, right?
Oh.
You can you can take your anxiety and say, "What are you feeling today?" and make something out of it.
Yeah.
Okay? Your feelings aren't there to weigh you down. Okay? They're there to point you into the direction of where you need to go. And because I've nursed and learned from my feelings, I can trust my judgment now. Okay. So when I'm around somebody and the vibes are off and I'm seeing patterns from people in my past who hurt me, my Aquariusness kicks in and I'm out of there. Cut
Hmm.
you off. I'm done. I don't have time for energy vampires. I don't have time for people who take joy in messing with you or trying to put things up. Obviously, they have stuff they need to work through.
Yes.
And if they have that many walls up, I ain't got time today. I'm not in demolition. I got stuff to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
So, what happens when trauma stays trapped inside the body or mind?
100% you get sick.
Mm,
Your body has. What are these people that go to the doctor and they can never find out what's wrong with them? And when you talk to them, how often are they complaining? Wise meing? The world is this. Everyone's out to get me. Da 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 da. Negativity is one of the worst things you can put in your body, like sugar. It's bad.
yeah. Yeah.
And the I have felt okay, so I have endometriosis, right?
Yeah.
I started dealing with my stuff. I started doing this. My cramping and all that stuff
Hmm.
barely even happens. I actually find I have more energy when Aunt Flo comes to town, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like I can't, for me, it's undeniable that when you're holding on to stuff like that,
Yes.
where is it going to go? Goes in
Well,
your
it
body.
makes complete sense, Jenny. Absolutely. Because I've always thought we stuff everything down, but eventually it's going to come out and it's going to come
Hmm.
out somehow. And usually that's through the body.
Yes,
And I believe that it's that when
yes.
we're not dealing with things,
Hmm.
you can't not deal with it because your body and your mind
Yeah,
says, "Oh, well, you'll deal with it like this." It's like you're
yeah.
going to, you're the God says, "Here you go. Time
So
to
here we
fix
go. I'm
yourself."
giving you a choice. I'm giving you a choice, okay? You
Yeah.
can either let your feelings create disease,
Yeah.
or you can create one of these,
Yes.
or
Yeah, no,
or
for
you can go to
sure.
dance class,
Yes.
workout, like
Yes.
whatever makes you feel like your baddest self, whatever makes you feel
Yes.
like you're flying. Do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And we're just and we are responsible for our feelings.
Yeah.
Again, we've all had unwelcome gifts handed down from generations to generations, but
Hmm.
that doesn't mean that we're victims. It just means that, we all have things. So taking responsibility for ourselves and the way we feel. And
Yes.
I agree with you. I think negativity is just the worst, just
Yeah.
absolutely the worst.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel resistance or fear when you started expressing your pain creatively with your creativity?
Yes, actually, and it kind of confused me, but the more I thought about it, it made sense. So, you go through life putting a mask on, pretending to be happy, but in the background, you've got all these thoughts, all these feelings, all these memories, all this weight. And then you get home and you can't even barely do anything. All you want to do is cry, right? You have those sitting yourself by your room and just cry so hard, right?
Yes.
And you're just
Yeah.
like, okay, finally, I got to do something else. I can't keep doing this because I don't feel good. And when I started to do things to not cope with things that way, it felt like I was betraying a friend
Mm.
because those feelings had always been with me. It had always been there. And those feelings come to you quicker than the positive ones. You ever notice that?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. It's like they're
Yes.
sitting there waiting
Yeah.
for you. And they're,
Yeah.
she's down, let's get her, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, okay, you guys got to stop.
Yes.
I literally, like referencing Inside Out again, I picture my feelings in my head as different people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I narrate my life with Samuel L. Jackson to get me through, you know?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
once you confront them and say,
Mhm.
listen, if we're going to get through this life, okay, we're going to do a different system. So
Yeah.
instead of making disease, instead of making more knots in my back, instead of putting more knots in my hips, okay, because I like walking, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let's make art. Okay, this is a perfect quote that I found, and this is what
Okay.
I want to do because my main goal in life, my biggest dream to fulfill is to be an actress. But that would be cool to make a living doing what your joy is. But while
Yes, of
I'm doing
course.
that, I want to do this. Jimmy Carter, okay? I found this because I was making a vision board and it says, one of the things Jesus taught was if you have any talents, try to utilize them for the benefit of others. And that's what I want to do.
That was Jimmy Carter said that.
Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Love that.
So
Wow. I've
I
not
got
heard that
quotes
quote.
and stuff, and it's like whether you believe in Jesus or whatever the religion
Yeah.
is, I'm an omnist. I find truth in all of them, babe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all have the same message.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
all here together.
Yes.
And I actually wrote a poem about that I want to turn that into another book, but it's how the earth, when it was first formed, it was all one giant chunk of land, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if
Yeah.
tectonic plates never existed. We'd still be one giant piece of land.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the true thing of everybody here is we're supposed to act like it was never separated,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing over and over and over again. Mine, 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 you.
Yes.
We, babe, we.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I agree.
Like, I did DNA, I did an ancestry DNA, okay? You
Yeah.
won't even believe this, okay? I've got Greek in there, okay? I've got
Yeah.
Colombian in there
Yeah.
and Iberian.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
okay.
also got German and Irish, so that explains why I can't tan, right?
Yeah.
But we're we're all from everywhere. We're all connected to each other.
Yes.
And it's literally been repeated over and over and over. We're always against each other.
Yes.
And what you're doing here with sharing the women's story, because it's usually women who are hardest on other women. And I
Yes,
like the
that's
fact
true.
that this is turning it around
Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you.
because we got to stop competing with each other.
Yes.
We have totally different vibes to give,
Yes.
totally different things to offer.
Yeah. We can all learn from one another.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
we like come together and collab, that's like way better.
Yes.
So when I
Yeah.
saw what you're doing with these books and stuff, I'm like, she gets it.
Oh, thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. Yeah. So, how do you keep moving forward on the hard days?
Well, now I pretty much have a canvas on the go all the time.
Mm,
So whatever my feelings are, I go grab the colors that I feel like doing. And in between chores, I work on that. Of course, music is a big thing,
yes.
which is
Yeah.
why I started doing a little radio show in the community to share songs that I listen to when things are hard. So like Let Go the Line by Max Webster.
Ah,
That song, Let Go the Line. And it's
yeah.
like, ugh, there's like so many songs that I could list. I could go on
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
But music is big. And of course, if you got a feel-good movie, escape in the story.
Yes.
I've escaped in movies most of my childhood, which is why acting is so big to me.
Yes. Yeah. What changes have you seen in others when they start expressing themselves with their own creativity?
More of a lightness, you
Hmm.
know, like a bounciness. I notice bounciness because I always called myself a bit of a Tigger, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And just like a more confidence in them, like it's just nice to see. You can see it in their eyes. It's
Hmm.
bright.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you don't want to look at somebody and see that the sad in there.
Yes.
And if they have it, I mean, talk to me if you want to. I've had complete strangers open up and talk to me.
Yeah.
And I love it. You
Yeah.
needed to say it. I'm here, babe. What do you need to
Yes.
say?
Yeah. Yeah. If someone's just beginning their healing journey, where do you think they should start?
That is a good question. If you want to heal, go do something that makes you feel. I'm not gonna try to rhyme because that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, whatever makes you feel happiest and carefree. Like if you're
Hmm.
someone who likes to escape in a video game, imagine whatever your trouble is the objective. So if it's like I don't know, Call of Duty, you know,
Yeah.
use the aggression in the game to be whatever the problem is. Imagine your problem is the dartboard and throw the darts at it.
Yeah.
Like start small. You could even writing out what you feel is good too. If
Yes.
you don't mind writing, don't think, just do. Don't
Yes.
think, just do. That's it. That's where you got to start. Sounds
Yeah.
simple.
Yes. It
Don't
does
think,
sound
just
simple.
do.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah.
I started doing it, what was it, 3 years ago, and now I have so many paintings and everything all over my house. I need
Yeah.
a lot of therapy.
How can women give themselves permission to feel without judgment? Or how do you do that? How can we do that?
Biggest thing is because as much as people say they don't care what people think, they're always in the back of their mind caring what
Yeah.
people think. You don't need to
Hmm.
care what people think because
Hmm.
in the end, it doesn't matter. This sounds harsh, but they could be dead tomorrow. What's their opinion going to do then?
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you stop asking for permission, wherever that comes from, and do what feels right to you, obviously, as long as it's not hurting anybody, but it's like, if you like to go for walks and dance periodically on the sidewalk, do it.
Hmm.
There's a song, big hit, Dancing in the Street. People should start dancing with you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I heard uh I read somewhere years ago, which has really stuck with me. And it what this person said is while you're worrying about what people think of you, they're worrying about what you think of them. So we're all just caught up in this ridiculousness.
yeah, I'm just like, I'm ridiculous on purpose.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
always out for a good time.
Yeah.
And if I'm
Yeah.
entering the room, be prepared to laugh. We're going to have
Yeah.
a good time. But
Yeah.
I wanted to do this because I usually have not the best time being vulnerable. I always like to laugh out of crying. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And I had been talking to my mom about sharing my story, and then your ad came up on Facebook, and I heard the voice say, "This is where you need to go. Arrow,
Yeah.
arrow, arrow."
Arrow. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, if
just
you're,
don't be afraid, babe. Just do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If your inner child could speak to you today, what would she say?
How did you get such a hot husband? No, she would say, I'm just kidding.
She
She would
might say
say,
that.
wow, I can't believe you actually had kids because I was afraid to have a family. I thought I would screw them up,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
But now little Jenny would say, you're, oh, don't cry. You're a great mom. You're doing what we wanted to do. Little
yeah,
Jenny saw a 4-year-old in an Elvis Presley movie, and she thought, kids can act too. I want to do that.
yeah, yeah,
So at 40, not four, I'm going for it. But I've had her doing theater for the past over a decade now,
wow, wonderful.
and we're making dreams come true.
Yeah. What message do you want every woman listening to walk away with?
You're worth it.
Mm,
You are definitely worth it. You deserve to go back in time. Your child, your inner child deserves it. She's waiting.
yeah,
She's sitting there waiting for you to help her come to this day.
yeah,
Because the more and more those feelings come back and those thoughts come back, that's her saying, "Hey, I'm stuck here."
right.
I'm getting chills. Go
Yeah,
get her.
yeah, yeah,
Okay?
yeah. And
It's really good.
I just, there's so many ways for people to heal in the world. There's,
There is.
intense therapy, there's soft therapy, there's so there it's not like it was when our parents were younger.
Yeah.
There was like shut up, stuff it, and just carry on with the world. But now luckily we live in a much more open society, and we all understand generational trauma, we understand about healing ourselves, and yeah, I think that we're in a good place.
We are because more and more people are realizing that it
Yeah,
starts inside. You can't look to somebody else
yeah, yeah.
because in the end, and you have to be ready. If somebody's not
Yes,
ready,
yes.
they'll listen to this and be like, "What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, go away with your woo
That's
woo,
okay.
whatever." right?
That's okay.
That's okay. You're not
But the
ready. I still
seed
love
gets
you.
planted. The
I
seed
still love
gets
you.
planted.
Yes, you plant the seed.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like the way I go is I love you until you give me a reason not to. I start with love first
Yeah.
because too many times we
Yeah.
approach each other with, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. For
no,
sure. Yeah.
don't do that.
And you, Jenny, give people the other side of healing, where they can still go and have therapy and all whatever they feel that they need to have.
Hmm.
But I know for myself, because I was in business for many, many, many years, I felt like I wanted to be creative. I wanted that, some sort of a creative outlet. And funny enough, here I am. I've retired 2 years ago from my real job.
Hmm.
And
That's
now
awesome.
what I do is I help women with visibility and with books, and I help them to heal through writing. But they can look over at you, and you can help, and they see, oh, not only can I go to a therapist, or whatever I need in that clinical setting, but I can also write stories about my life. I can also express myself through art, express myself through stage presence. There's
Hmm.
just express myself through speaking. there's
Yeah.
there's so many ways out there
Yeah.
in our society today to heal. And I just think that, and everybody's different. So for some people, they might look at writing and go, never. They may
Yeah.
look at what you're doing and go, never. And that's okay, as long as they find their journey.
Yes, find the journey. I just want to give you options, ideas, right? Because you could
Yes.
be sitting there like, because I went to talk therapy and
Yeah.
that was fine. I went for 6 months
Yeah.
and then I got that worked out. But I said, I need something because I've always wanted to be expressive and create. Because when I was younger, we moved around a lot and I didn't really get the opportunities to do that. That sounds silly, but I didn't,
No, no, I
right?
understand.
So later on in life, I was like, well, instead of wasting all my energy being stuck in these feelings and worrying about what other people are thinking, I'm going to take that energy and put it into stuff I've always wanted to do. And
Yes.
in doing that, I learned and healed, and I wanted to have messages in everything that could help someone else heal too.
Yes.
Right? So when you're listening to Happily Ever After Life, it's a story about ghosts and they move on at the end, and it's a story about friendship and how we're connected no matter how crazy the story is.
Yeah.
Um, Beam Me Up Stanley, it's about moving on after someone's passed away and
Yeah.
how you can still laugh and live for them, you know?
As I'm listening to you, I'm thinking I watch TV to zone out. Like
What?
that's my like zone out. I like, sit in front of the TV set. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm watching. Sometimes I get into it, but you live it. You're like jumping into that TV set. You are like in that story. I love that. I
Oh
just
my
love
gosh.
that.
I put on TV shows in the background, and depending on the mood, if the TV says something and the song pops in my head, I'll start singing it or I answer back to them or
Yes. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm practicing, you know?
No, I know you are. Yes, but I just love that because you do. You take, I remember one time I was on an airplane. I
Yeah.
don't remember which flight it was. I've done some traveling. And I watched this movie, and the very end of the movie, now I can't remember the name of the movie because like I know you could. But
Probably.
and I can't even remember what this one scene was, but it moved me so much, like just that one little clip at the end of the movie that stuck with me for a
Hmm.
very, very long time. And and I can see that and that's part of your who you are, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that it's beautiful. So there's so many different ways. I'm going to start watching TV differently. I'm going to start
Well,
looking for the messages and the lessons that are in
there
those
are
movies.
so many, and you can watch the same movie 10 times and find a different message depending on where you're at that day.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Well, Jenny, this has been a spectacular conversation, and I appreciate you doing this with me. I just love your energy. I love your honest, how honest you've been with some of your past and your struggles. And I know that whoever is going to be watching this, they're going to find some help. I'm going to do something. I've always wanted to try painting.
Do
Um,
it.
yeah, but I've just, it's one of those things I just set aside, but I'm going to do it. I'm excited now. I want
I
to
can
try.
teach you. I can teach you how to turn your brain off. I actually thought about doing like an art therapy class, and I would
Oh,
have the easel turned away, and then I would just tell you what I'm doing because everybody interprets things different, right? A
interesting.
class
Very.
to teach you how to not think. I'd be great at that.
You would be great at that. Well, let's talk about that. So, I want everybody to know that in the show notes, we're going to have information where you can reach out to Jenny. So, if you want to find out more about what she does, if you just want to chat, if you want to have a
Just
wonderful
watch.
person's ear just to listen, don't be afraid to reach out to her. She's a lovely lady and full of love and warmth. And
Yeah.
she might make you giggle
Oh, I hope
as
so.
well. Yeah. So thank you again, Jenny, for doing this. I appreciate it very much. And thank all of you for being here again and supporting women like me, stories in business. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.